I don't want you to know what it feels like to keep all of this pain so concealed. Like, I want out of this plane, I told my psych, you don't need to, you don't need to. I'm losing patience, living in damnation. I'm dark vibrations, singing incantations. It must sound like I'm mad, I'm never found to be glad. I'm working out of the math, the answer's always been sad, yeah. I'm a zero summation, lost in translation. Here's my resignation, from this life I'm not staying. My whole lifestyle passing fad. You'll remember the times we had, the times we had, yeah. All these pleasures my brain can't have, I want out, so please don't be sad. Give it up, cause I'm getting out. Don't be sad, you could let it out. All the shit I'm forgetting now. My whole life I've been checking out. All I said, you could send it out. Light it up, now I'm headed out. This is the end of my part now. We will be never apart, no. I'm losing patience, living in damnation. I'm dark vibrations, singing incantations. It must sound like I'm mad, I'm never found to be glad. I'm working out of the math, the answer's always been sad, yeah. Don't leave, I need you with me. Don't die, I need you alive. Don't go, don't leave me alone. You said, yeah. My entire life feels like one big mistake, and all these pills inhibit re-uptake. I can't arrive at any reason to wait. Take it one at a time, only take it one night at a time. And I don't care, cause I don't give, I take from this world so superficial and fake. In all your joys I simply cannot relate. Take it one at a time, only take it one night at a time. I say goodbye, it's getting late now. Please don't cry, you'll know I made it out. Say goodbye before I fade out, before I fade out, before I fade out. I'm losing patience, living in damnation. I'm dark vibrations, singing incantations. It must sound like I'm mad, I'm never found to be glad. I'm working out of the math, the answer's always been sad, yeah. I'm a zero summation, lost in translation. Here's my resignation, from this life I'm not staying. My whole life's a passing fad. You'll remember the times we had, times we had, yeah. Let it out, all the shit I'm forgetting now. My whole life I've been checking out. All I said, you can send it out. Light it up, now I'm headed out. I don't want you to know what it feels like to keep all of this pain so concealed. Like, I want out of this plane, I told my psych, you don't need to, you don't need to. I'm losing patience, living in damnation. I'm dark vibrations, singing incantations. It must sound like I'm mad, I'm never found to be glad. I'm working out of the math, the answer's always been sad, yeah. I'm a zero summation, lost in translation. Here's my resignation, from this life I'm not staying. My whole life's a passing fad. You'll remember the times we had, the times we had, yeah. All these pleasures my brain can't have, I want out, so please don't be sad. Give it up, cause I'm getting out. Don't be sad, you could let it out. All the shit I'm forgetting now. My whole life I've been checking out. All I said, you could send it out. Light it up, now I'm headed out. This is the end of my part now. We will be never apart, no. I'm losing patience, living in damnation. I'm dark vibrations, singing incantations. It must sound like I'm mad, I'm never found to be glad. I'm working out of the math, the answer's always been sad, yeah. Don't leave, I need you with me. Don't die, I need you alive. Don't go, don't leave me alone. You said, yeah. My entire life feels like one big mistake, and all these pills inhibit re-uptake. from this world so superficial and fake. In all your joys I simply cannot relate. Take it one at a time, only take it one night at a time. I say goodbye, it's getting late now. Please don't cry, you'll know I made it out. Say goodbye before I fade out. Before I fade out, before I fade out. I'm losing patience, living in damnation. I'm dark vibrations, singing incantations. It must sound like I'm mad, I'm never found to be glad. I'm working out of the math, the answer's always been sad, yeah. I'm a zero summation, lost in translation. Here's my resignation, from this life I'm not staying. My whole life's a passing fad. You'll remember the times we had. Times we had, yeah. Let it out, all the shit I'm forgetting now. My life I've been checking out. All I said you can send it out. Light it up, now I'm headed out.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the zoo. I am the Rusty Panda, and I am here for you. Today we've got MERIAMBER.
Hey.
Hi.
Guys.
How are you
Thank you.
today?
By the way, thank you so very much, everyone that came along. Creativia, Tony, Rose, Ambivalent. Thank you for being here. Great balls of Lynn. Hey yo. Things are good. Things dandy. Kind of. Well, there's been drama. There's been drama. I have to be careful not to speak too much because you see, I have this issue with like speaking too much. Blue Eye Ginger Southpaw, thank you for joining. Hey yo. Yeah, I was telling actually Rusty Panda about this, but I feel like I should share my
Yeah.
woes with everyone because everyone deserves to be in agonizing, traumatizing pain. So we have two cats. For those who don't know, who haven't met me before, firstly, hello. We have one half tabby called Bloop, hey daughter of Q, and we have a ginger boy called Meowie. Tony always got to share the woe. Always got to share the woe. And Meowie went to the vet and had gingivitis and tooth issues. So we were like, oh, that's no good. He's a fearsome feline predator. He needs those to suck the blood of his enemies or whatever he does. And so we actually booked him in to get a dental surgery, and that was happening today. Brought him in. Little Meowie was not a fan. Can you imagine? Of the trip in, lots of crying. Got there, and then we found out after he was put to sleep. Tiny little cat put to sleep. Saddest thing, but that the bill was $2,000, and we were like, what? 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 So yeah, we've been kind of obviously we're really concerned for our child and his teeth. Sweet little cat. He's not even that small. He's quite large actually. He eats a lot despite the tooth issues. Infozar.
Hi, Infozar.
Thank you for that sub also to Rusty Panda as well. I guess you should say thank you for that.
Yeah, yeah. You're doing great. No, thank you, Infozar. I appreciate you being here.
But yeah, we found out it was significantly more expensive than we could have predicted. So yeah, we're licking our wounds. Patrick's got his surgery next Monday, so we're going to be in voluntary lockdown for 4 to 12 months after. And we're going into this strong. The $2,000 debt for Meowie and his teeth.
Oh, man.
Our child. Our child.
I'm going to try
It's
to
really good. He did it on purpose. I know it.
Aw. Yes, of course. He wanted to cause you strife.
That's what they always want to do.
It's true.
But you know, he didn't expect that he would have to ride the car to the vet and stay there all day. He's probably rethinking his strategy. There's other ways to like lose us large amounts of money. Like the time they broke Patrick's glasses, for example. That worked out. Yeah, that was so little effort, just one little tap. Lots of drama.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Well,
Yeah, you should, Rose. I agree. I agree. I mean, we would have done it anyway. Let's be real. We would have. He's our child. We loves him. Our little fuzzy ginger fur ball. He did a public service yesterday because yesterday, unbeknownst to myself and Patrick, because we didn't know we were suddenly going to be $2,000 out, I got myself a brand new pair of black jeans, which is very exciting. Indulgent, arguably unnecessary, but also so necessary. And I came home and Meowie did the public service of looking at the jeans, saying, I don't like that color, and turning them ginger within, I would say, 20 minutes.
oh my God.
Really, we have to thank the man for his work, the young man. He's a mystery.
Yeah, if I put anything on the bed, they're gonna lay on it. It doesn't matter what it is; they're just gonna lay on it. I could put literally a plastic bag on the bed, and they're like, "This seems good." So I totally understand.
They were laying on me, but I have to point out, Great Balls of Lit. I did this giant rant on my stream about this black turtleneck that is out of my reach forever, and it is sadness embodied. Chris Alcox, thank you for joining, by the way. Hey, you. But I have to say that black turtleneck, I cried all the tears of the sadness. I drowned in my tears, died 100 times over. It was like the darkest of poetry, the solemnest of nights and days, and other times, and then I moved on to the black jeans. Now I kind of feel like the black jeans have made up for the black turtleneck. This is my, what's it called, when compensation.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Wow. Well, that cat seems like trouble, but adorable.
He's a good boy. He's a good. Actually, I've got a video about Meowie if we want to introduce Meowie to everyone properly. Um, he's a good boy. He just hates everyone and doing things ever.
Yeah, if you want to go ahead and show the video, and then we'll go into some of your likes and dislikes.
Sure. All right, everyone. Let me introduce you to the beautiful, the wonderful, the fabulous, the royal Meowie Amber. He sits, he sleeps in his pod. He's not afraid. He just doesn't like you. He'll come out when the snacks are fed. He'll make sure to make his way to the rug to vomit. Meowie bites his time. One day he'll lay waste to all. Meowie, he's not lazy, he's strategic. Why be nice if you don't have to? If you don't have to, if you don't have to, they'll still give you the salmon bites. If you don't have to, if you don't have to, they'll still give you the salmon bites. Meowie, if you don't have to, bites his time. If you don't have to, one day he'll give you waste it all. Meowie, you don't have to, lazy. You don't have to, strategic. They'll still give you this. Why be nice if you don't have to?
Oh my goodness, so cute.
So cute, just like his vet bill. All right, I feel like I feel like I've just been talking way too much. You said you have cats as well. Can you
Yes.
tell me about your cats? Because I feel like you've had the full rundown now.
Yeah, so the opening screen was actually my cat Crystal. So I usually have a picture. I used to have a picture of my cat Ruby doing pretty much the same thing, but she had a pen in her hand, so it looked a little like she was injecting herself with something. And so Infozar said that I should probably get a new picture. And so I did, and that's Crystal with her mouth wide open because I usually catch my cats yawning, as I did today, which was Keiko. So Keiko is I never said you should get a new picture. I'm pretty sure you alluded you you alluded that I should, but yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that's actually Infozar's way of complimenting the picture. Yes, let's be real. It's Heroin Kitty is right on brand. Um and if you're gonna do something online, you have to make sure it's edgy and offensive and involves cats and
Mhm.
drugs. You've got it all in one picture. But it's intellectual too, because it's a pen. It works.
Yeah.
Joker Dad, hello.
You're right on time, Joker Dad. Don't you worry about it. So yeah, I've got Crystal, Ruby, and Keiko. Ruby and Crystal are twins, and then Keiko was my husband's cat Galvos, and then when we moved together, they all became best friends, except for Ruby and Keiko sometimes fight. Keiko pukes all the time. Crystal won't stop, like sleeps on my face. And Ruby, we say, is everybody's cat. So Crystal's my cat, Keiko's his cat, Ruby's everybody's cat, and that's pretty much how we yeah, best friends. Best friends. Exactly. So, how do your cats get along?
Our cats, oh, they get along all right. Like they're fine. They like each other. They were brothers, so I guess that's a pro to their likelihood of getting along. I mean, Meowie sometimes is over Bloop shit. Like, because the thing is that Bloop is a bit more hyperactive and affectionate, and Meowie is like lazy and hates everyone. So there is like a slight clash of personality there.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but yeah, they get along. Bloop cleans Meowie. Meowie tolerates the cleaning, does not return the favor. Um, brothers.
Oh, brothers, am I right?
Yeah.
All right. So we've got a fine list here.
What
I will say again.
I gave you more than one list. I'm sorry.
It was perfect. I combined the list to make it so that we can get to everything. But if we don't get to everything, that's okay too.
Your brother is Meowie. Alchemy mutation. I've always thought so. Like the resemblance. Yeah, it's uncanny. Like the fact that you're so small and ginger and feline. Like I've always like yeah, I felt that way. Hmm. Glad that's been clarified now. It's just like your brother sometimes. Maybe that's why he's so pissy. He's missing you. He wants to meet you.
Oh, Crag.
So
Yeah,
wait,
we
this
call Alchemutation Crag. I do because he changed his name to Alchemuation at one point, and he
oh,
took away a letter, and so I took away a letter of his name, calling him Crag. So yeah,
why did you take away I?
Alchemutation. Crag. I don't know. It was the closest thing to the end of his name.
Why not Krieg?
Well, we call him that too. In Jackstream, we call him Craig. We call him Krieg. We call him Krieg. We have all different names for him.
Should just do it in the Australian way. Just end it with Azza. Kraza. And
Kraza.
if you want to take away a letter, you take away, I don't know, R. It's Kaza. Take away Kaza. No?
We've got a yeah.
Oh,
Jack.
ah.
Oh man. All
Krug.
right. All right, Craig. Yeah. All right, Craig. Okay, Mary. So the first thing that I put up, because it seems like it's one of the more important things to you, is Doctor Who, which I share your love for it, but I don't share and I don't want to call it an obsession, but you have a guitar that's a police box.
We should bring the guitarist for its moment of feature.
There it is. It's beautiful.
It's sexy.
I agree.
That's its actual name. So we've got a made in Gallifrey barcode, just to show that it's authentic.
Oh, nice.
All of my guitars have pixel hearts at the top. This one has 2 because the Doctor has 2 hearts. Got the little moon inlays, and the space guitar strap.
That's brilliant. Beautiful. I agree with sexy. Definitely. So the first question, of course, has to be, who's your doctor, right? That has to be the question that everybody asks when it comes to Doctor Who. I always think that you shouldn't have to pick one, but if you had to pick your doctor, who's your doctor?
So I always actually answer this in 2 parts.
Yeah.
Because I'm a heathen. But there is like classic Who and revival Who.
Mm-hmm.
And so I do separate the 2 out, even though they are all part of the Doctor Who franchise. So in terms of classic Who, I always say Pertwee. Because I just kind of feel like he's a little underrated and is Rad Dog. And then in terms of revival Who, look, I have to go with David Tennant.
Yeah.
I just have to. He really looked after his companions in a way that none of the others did. Also, he's a back.
That's amazing. Yeah, I go with the unpopular opinion, and everybody always, punches me in the arm for it. But my doctor, because I came in at the end of the Tennant era, is Matt Smith. And the reason for that is because I'm obsessed with the Amelia Pond story.
Well, I mean, I don't think that's an unpopular opinion. My husband's favorite Doctor is Matt Smith.
Okay.
I feel like Matt Smith has like people who love his era and people who can't stand it.
Mm-hmm.
There's also kind of just like, I would say, a fragmentation of that era because the first part of that era is a bit different to like the very end. The very end can really be quite divisive, though I think universally for at least the start, he was quite liked by everyone. It was just like at the end where it got a bit topsy turvy.
Yeah.
Like, meh.
Yeah, his storyline was pretty dark, even though he was a happy-go-lucky, and so I found that I don't watch many TV shows, so when I'm into something, I pat myself on the back for it. I feel like, yeah, I've stuck through it. I watched it, and I felt very easy to watch Matt Smith's Doctor Who. Like I wanted to watch more.
Yeah, no, it was really, really good. I mean, I feel that way about pretty much all of Doctor Who, if I'm being honest.
Mm-hmm.
I find it's very watchable. So yeah, that's across the board. I would say probably the most controversial is probably Jodie Whittaker, to be honest. Jodie, maybe Capaldi first season was quite controversial.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, actually, the most controversial is the War Doctor. Some people don't count that as the Doctor. So I've had people very angry at me before if I include the War Doctor as a Doctor. And some people are very passionate about these things, which they should be. It's good, but yeah, that's probably the most controversial.
Is the War Doctor the one that showed up in the 50th anniversary? That whole storyline?
Yeah.
Awesome. I knew something. Let me see. There's Everson and Matt Smith, Peter.
11.5 Doctor.
Wait, so David Tennant is the 14th Doctor? How did that happen?
David Tennant. Yeah, I think of him as the 10th. So
Right.
I
It
guess
says 10th Doctor, and now it's saying forthcoming 14th Doctor.
that's because he's coming back. That's right.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just so used to calling him the 10th that like yeah, 14th also. I feel like it's back to the 10th, but I guess they could also say 14th. Yeah, he's making an appearance. He's going to be back for a number of episodes with Donna, which is very exciting. Donna Noble.
Yeah.
I don't know if you caught any of that part of that.
Yeah, I went back starting 2005 and then came up. But I then stopped after Matt Smith because I cried too much, and then I really didn't like Capaldi's style because it was so contrast to Matt Smith's.
I have to say with Capaldi, it is one of those things where the first season of Capaldi didn't feel like Doctor Who. It felt like Companion Who
Yep.
to an extent. He was very much sidelined by Clara as I think the main character. I still enjoyed the season, but I can see how some people were like put off by that. If you persist, the next season of Capaldi is like fabulous, absolutely fabulous. Do recommend. I recommend in general, though. I'm a bit of, as you said, a fangirl in general. I also want to just quickly apologize to everyone here that is not a Doctor Who viewer. We will move on to another subject soon. I'm a little crazy obsessed with this show. Most people that watch this show are not going to talk about it like I do either. So if you're like, what's going on? Is this like, a PhD in obsessed television watcher studies? It will move on.
We will. I promise there are other topics to discuss. I'm gonna
It was
fix.
the only TV show. It's the only TV show I put down on the list. So
Okay, yeah. And I noticed that too. I feel like, and I know I shouldn't be doing this, but I feel like I'm a little washed out. So I'm gonna brighten myself so that I look like a clown with white makeup. Yeah, we're good for that. I just looked a little washed out. Okay, so
that's
go ahead.
making me and
Yeah, let me bring down that light. Oh, beautiful. Okay. So you said the War Doctor, so I brought up the War Doctor. He has his own Wikipedia page. So tell me now, as far as do you consider him a doctor, but what do you enjoy that story? Is that something that um that you liked about him, or are you just like, I consider him the War Doctor, but boo?
I mean, I think that people are multifaceted, and it is confronting to have what feels like a really major change to a character that you feel either that you've gotten to know really deeply or that you personally relate to, especially if it's introducing things that are unsavory or things that they've done in the past, future, timey-wimey, that are, unsavory. War is unsavory. So that's always going to be the case. But I actually don't mind characters being multifaceted, changing, morphing. Um, Obviously, there'll be times where I dislike that change and dislike that morph, but that's part of the journey that you go on, and it keeps it interesting.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It keeps it interesting. This show has persisted for a long time. And I think a very big part of its success is that there is such radical change frequently, um, in the front runner of the show, in the writers of the show, and in the main characters, including the Doctor. Um, because that way, yeah, it is jolting when it changes, which it does, because people love, consistency, but it keeps it interesting. So in the short run, it's, like, oh, this is a major change. In the long run, it keeps you interested. I also feel like, yeah, there's light and there's dark to everything. And I don't see anything wrong with there being a bit of dark.
I
I mean,
agree.
dark.
Dark, dark. I can't. I have to like zoom in manually and dark.
I can understand that, Daughter of Q. The very first one would have been like, what? but it is something that has worked in the long run. You can't deny that it's worked in the long run. There are very few franchises that have remained interesting that long. And if you're really, really attached to one doctor, there are so many like audio stories, um, audio adventures, comics, novels that you can read. Like those stories keep going. You can continue your love affair with the 10th Doctor or the 4th Doctor or whatever Doctor you prefer through other forms of media as well. And that way, yeah, you're kind of getting this expanded, constantly expanded uh, English universe of Doctor Who.
Yeah, and the change is also interesting because it's like you are forced to accept it.
Yeah, they have done some backtracking. Like, mad Doctor Who fans would be aware that they have done some backtracking.
Mm-hmm.
There are some times where they step, I suppose, maybe, I don't know whether too far is the right word, but too far for the greater audience. And then it's a little peel back that may happen. Oh, it was never that way. It was actually a different way. And we were misinformed. You know, like that. And it's fiction. They can do that. There was a lot of controversy around the end of um, Jodie Whittaker's series as well because they changed the lore and the origin story too. But again, as much as everyone hated that or didn't hate that, I saw a lot of forum posts about it, a lot of people arguing about it. People were talking about it,
Mm-hmm.
and that's how the world works. If it's talked about, it exists, and if it's not talked about, it disappears.
That's amazingly put. Amazingly put? Amazingly put. Um, Tell me now, though, because I haven't asked, what got you into Doctor Who?
Sit down, my child. It is a long story. I was raised in a more conservative household. I've said this a number of times on my stream, to the shock and horror of everyone. That's right. And I wasn't allowed to watch a lot of pop culture. I wasn't allowed to watch a lot of TV. I had a half an hour limit per day of TV, half an hour limit per week of video games. And that was monitored. So there were certain things I just wasn't able to watch. Like, for example, I couldn't watch Star Wars, it had war in it. I couldn't watch Aladdin, it had a gypsy in it. I couldn't watch Space Jam, it had aliens in it. So there was restrictions as to what I could watch even within that time. And because of that, honestly, I lost interest because I didn't have that many shows I was following. I watched Pokemon essentially for most of my childhood and then kind of faded out, stopped watching things for an extended period of time and came back and watched The Biggest Loser, best show ever. And that was my entire experience of television. So I didn't have much exposure to pop culture. And everyone around me was talking about pop culture stuff and I was just like, "Uh-huh, don't know what you're on about." Turned 18 and it's like suddenly I could do anything.
Rumspringa!
Freedom was mine. And I wanted to catch up on some pop culture, but I hadn't been desensitized, which is something you don't realize is a thing unless you're in this situation. So I hadn't really gotten used to things like gore or jump scares or even just like really tense horror themes or thriller themes or anything tense, to be honest. Like, my ability to cope with stuff was very low, like,
Mm.
super low. So when I tried to watch a lot of things, like, it was actually painfully unpleasant. Like, I think most people don't remember this part of, for most people, childhood, where those shows were painfully unpleasant to watch. Like, you'd be like, stop it, I don't want to see it. And that's how I was as an 18-plus-year-old for a while. So Doctor Who was perfect for that because there was no gore. You never saw like real death scenes. And the tension was always palatable. Like, it's never so strong that you're freaking the hell out. Like that, I guess you could say things like the Weeping Angels and stuff. But when you
That's what
compare
came
them,
to mind.
when you compare that to The Exorcist, it's a very different thing, right?
Yeah.
I have now at this point desensitized myself significantly more. I do think at this point I can deal with most things, but it took over a decade.
Mm.
unsurprising. I think that's actually how long it takes most people.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, I started at 18 as opposed to when most people start, which is probably 9 or 10 years old.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that you found something that you love and that I don't know if you heard me say Rumspringa. I don't know if you know what that is. So I'll maybe see if I can spell this. Rumspring. There we go. So we have Amish and Mennonite people out here. And when they go on Rumspringa, it's basically a rite of passage during adolescence. Where in some Amish communities, where basically happens between 17 and 21, and they basically go out into the normal world and they experience everything all at once after being, more sheltered and everything. They're just like there was a TV show about it and they threw them in the middle of New York with a bunch of money and said, go have Rumspringa.
That's amazing. Davey, by the way, thank you so very much for tweeting. Hey, yo. Oh, it reminds me of, okay, because I was like the biggest dweeb you'll ever meet. I still am, but now I am dressed in the fashion and I hide it from the world because now everyone is convinced by how edgy and cool I am, right? But I was the biggest dweeb ever when I was in school, and I got into law school because I had high grades. And when I went to law school, it was a combined degree, commerce law. And it was just the most entertaining thing because at the very, very start of the year, they would have law camp and commerce camp. So we don't have colleges the same way that in America people do. Here, people that they went on like camps. We do have some colleges; it's a bit different, but we went on camps. So all these like super nerds were free willy, literally for the first time, and it was just the most entertaining thing going along to like say law camp as a first year, surrounded by my peers of dweeby people that don't know how to be like cool young adults yet because they spend all their time studying and doing the right thing. And just how quickly everyone gets intoxicated because no one has any tolerance and does stupid shit. It's great. Fabulous. I'm very glad that was one of my life experiences that I can now draw from. Um, yes, yeah, very good thing to do. You still don't know how to be a cool adult. Don't tell people that. That's what I found is the best way to like get away with it. Just don't tell people. No one knows what they're doing. So if you act like you do, everyone's like, "Whoa, she has her shit sorted."
um,
Yeah.
yeah, those camps sound like Rumspringa to me. That's that's like throw you out into the world and experience. Go for the experience. That's what it's for. Life is about experiences. Um, okay,
Never.
so tell me about the school you went to. You said it's a law school.
Oh, I went to high school at a performing arts high school. I went to university, the University of Sydney, but I did not finish my degree. So I am a fraud. I am a con artist. I have you fooled. I am not a lawyer.
I also went to a performing arts high school.
Ooh, which one?
Oh, it's in New Jersey. I'm trying not to dox myself. Um, but it's a school in New Jersey that's a performing arts high school. It's a not. It used to be a separate thing. Then it became a magnet program where we went to school with the regular students that were there, and then we would have sessions of musical theater and chorus and voice and acting and all of that stuff as our curriculum. And senior year, we had three on Friday, three in a row of our acting class. And my acting teacher was such a loon, and he would just leave class sometimes. Like he would just walk away and we would have three classes to ourselves. So I made a video montage of our entire 4 years together because you're with the same people for 4 years. I made an entire 1 hour montage of basically all the shenanigans we went through because there was no one there. Put a bunch of musical theater people together and have no one, there's no law, there's no rules. So, yeah, that was my high school experience.
That's not, yeah, I was. It's funny because here in Australia there are kind of two main performing arts high schools. So it's just habit when someone's like, which one you went to, because there's only two of them. Like you're probably gonna know the school. So I asked it, and then I was like, yeah, there's no way I'm actually gonna know which school she went to.
Right. I was like, New Jersey school.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's two main ones. There's some outside of Sydney, but the two main ones in Sydney are Newtown and McDonald's. So Newtown is the one I went to. It's a public school, and McDonald's is, I know, McDonald's, think of it, is the private school, right? So usually, yeah, you would kind of know from that. At least like, and a lot of people would know about, oh, it's not a university, like a high school.
Right. It's called U-Town. What does U stand
Oh,
for?
new.
Oh, there we go.
Newtown High School of the Performing Arts. It's been a while. I'm pretty old now. Like, it's been a while. That's the one. That's the place. Oh, so many of years of my life. Oh, dearie. Oh, dear. The Honourable Dear. Thinking about Newtown, not McDonald's here. Majoring McNuggets. Oh dear. So in my school, you had to audition to get in, right?
Same.
And there was three main old school. That would be so much more tempting. Oh, because I'm old. Oh, I can tell you, Jeffro, the music addict. I can tell you all about my wisdoms. But yes, Newtown, there were three main categories. It was dance, music, and drama. So you would audition and you would get into one of those kind of like streams. That word is taken on a new meaning, obviously, because of Twitch. Anyhow, I was in the music stream. There wasn't a huge amount of crossover between the streams. We didn't even do many musicals, to be honest. It was like if you're a music student, you were into music. If you're a drama student, you were into drama. If you're a dance student, you're into dance. And again, there was a few people that were like the multi-skilled, but most people just were. They stayed in their lane. You know what I mean? And there was quite a bit of encouragement to just stay in your lane as well. But yeah, people were very, very into their various art forms. So the music students were doing all the music exams, all the extracurricular orchestras, touring and everything. The drama students all had agents and they were doing like, TV work and stuff. And the dance students, half of them by, midway through high school had gone off to do full-time dance. And the rest were doing like, 4 or 5 hours of dance a day as a part of the program in school. So
we had dance and drama, and then ET, the entertainment technology. And so I had gotten into the ET and the drama program, and I was like, I feel like I'm going to get more out of the drama program than I am going to be at the ET. And so when I went into the drama program, we had our own recording studio in the high school. And so I was a part of that Next Two Records, and I was a part of helping build that up and build that recording studio to become something. But I was a theater student, so I kind of got the best of both worlds.
yeah, like it's interesting. You said there was no music. It's strange. I would say that's an oversight. That's an oversight.
Oh,
But
I
then
mean, we had chorus and voice and stuff. Like we focus on voice, but as far as like music, like music instruments, no, that's orchestra and band and jazz band. That's a whole different section, and it's not even a part of the FPAC program that I was in.
so strange because there is like a great amount of crossover there. Like again, we didn't really do musicals or anything, but there was still so many fantastic opportunities for like the dancers to dance to music played by the orchestra, or like
Wow.
actors to act to music played by a band, and you missed out on that. They should totally have a music program. I'm just saying.
I actually sang with the jazz band.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty fun.
So no, you're completely correct. There should be more opportunities, because I'm pretty sure none of the people in my acting class play an instrument. That's 23 people. That's
I kind of feel like I've got all 23 people covered.
I agree. I completely agree. Um, so you kept talking about fashion and such.
Of course.
Um, so I want to start with berets. Um, because yes, I love that you called them head pancakes.
Oui, oui. I am now wearing the beret. We can speak now about berets.
Oh, I love that it's yellow and stuff. That's really pretty.
It's very nice.
I mean,
It's got a sunflower in it too.
I love that, and I love that it it's a head pancake. I just think that that is the greatest way to explain it.
Mm. They're my favorite type of hat. I do love hats just generally and always, but when it comes to casual wear, and this is going to shock, horrify, mortify, and potentially kill some of my audience. So maybe just do some deep breathing before this next segment if you are part of the Sork family. But my casual wardrobe now has, let me count how many hats. 5 berets, beanie, 2 sun hats, 8. My casual wardrobe now has only 8 hats. Only 8. I used to have between 2 and 300 in just my casual wardrobe. This is not a casual hat. This is obviously a costume hat. Um, Now there are 8, and 5 of the 8 are berets. So they are my favorite type.
Oh my
Really.
goodness.
Yeah.
300?
What happened to the other hats? Okay, Creativia, there was a big process. A number of them were auctioned off during the MERIAMBER auction that happened quite a while ago now. Geez, earlier this year. So a number of them were auctioned off, and the rest were part of the clothing collection thing we did. So we, just to give you a bit of background, if you don't know my story, which is most people here, so I'll give a bit of background to everyone. I am a recovered hoarder, and people laugh about hoarding and say, "Oh, I'm a hoarder too." Now, I had like a serious hoarding issue. So there is a difference between just owning quite a lot of stuff, having a bit of clutter around the house, and having like an issue. We had multiple rooms in the house that were just stacked full of things. The hallway was stacked full of things. I had over 2,000 items of clothing. Didn't let go of anything for actually pretty much my entire life. So there were some clothes there that were there from when I was like 12. So I had accumulated this many hats because I love hats. Honestly, most categories were overflowing if we're being real about it. But yeah, I had accumulated a very, very large number of hats. And this year has been a very, very transformational year in a lot of ways. But one of the ways that it's been quite transformational is that I have actually pretty much overcome my hoarding issues, which is something. It's a very, very big thing, honestly.
Yeah.
Very, very hard. And to part way with a lot of the clothes, I mean, I was in tears, screaming, crying. It was harder than you think. There was so many boxes of clothing, but we couldn't just go to like a St. Vinny's or something like that because, firstly, a lot of those clothes actually end up in landfill anyway. Secondly, uh, those people are inundated with stuff. They're just inundated. Nowadays, people don't really have the same issues they had in the past. You know what I mean? Nowadays, it's really inexpensive to accumulate clothes. So people often have more stuff as opposed to less stuff than they need. So what we did instead is we actually worked with a local business, and they are a business. They're not a not-for-profit. They're a business. But what they do is they collaborate with people in the Philippines, Indonesia, Thailand, and what's the other country? Pakistan, I think. Very specific countries over in Eastern Asia. And they categorize the clothes into 3 categories. The first category is unworn, unused, which I don't have. I never did. I was never one of those people that bought things and just held on to them. I did use them, so nothing in that category. The second is still useful and still good, which was honestly essentially everything. Everything, pretty much. Because I did repair clothes. I didn't just leave them broken or whatever. So most of my clothes are in that category. And the third category is scraps. So the scraps go for like cleaning kitchens and stuff, the stuff that's unused is sold, and the stuff in the middle is actually donated to people to wear. So people in those countries where they don't have this giant inundation of cheap fashion clothes and fast fashion and easy access to like giant piles of clothing. So we worked with these people, and we still haven't gotten rid of everything because we've been doing it in batches. But that's where the rest of the hats went. That's where the majority of the clothes went. That's where the shoes are going to go. Also, things like blankets and pillowcases and things. So that was the group we were working with for that specifically.
That is amazing. Good for you. Congratulations. And I don't say that with lightness. Like seriously, good for you. Like who am I to say, but I'm proud of you. Like that's a big achievement.
Yeah, it was hard, one of the hardest things. A lot of very hard things this year, but yeah, it was a big deal. I'm not a minimalist. I should, by the way, clarify this. I haven't gone from being a hoarder to some other weird obsession of having less things than everyone else. I'm not a minimalist. This is not me going on my journey of having a white house of a single rock that I stare at for mindfulness. This was just literally me overcoming an affliction and getting to a normal level
Yeah.
of
Yeah. Oh my god.
Rodimus Timeline.
Yeah, welcome on in. Oh my gosh. That is amazing. And that beret is like what's survived.
Well, the costumes I haven't gone through yet. The costumes are on a different journey. So the casual clothes, I now have a log of the exact amount of casual clothes I have in every category. I can tell you what color and what they are. So I had to actually, it's the weirdest thing in the world. I have to be honest, the weirdest thing in the world when you have no grasp on reality. Like I had no idea what a normal number of items was. What is a normal number of items for a wardrobe? I had no idea. And I was like, okay, it's not 2,000, maybe it's 1,000. Like it's one of those things no idea. So I had to look it up. So the average woman, apparently, the average American woman has 103 items in her closet. So I have 110, including accessories. And I've got this like little spreadsheet that I made to do this. This spreadsheet is up to date because I haven't really gone nuts. I added one pair of jeans recently, which turned ginger, as you know about. But that otherwise is, yeah. So I've got 60 clothes, 20 occasion wear, and 30 accessories in my wardrobe now. Um, Costumes are a separate category. I have not decluttered most of those because my plan is to make a video first and then declutter them as a way to send them off.
Aw. Yeah, I think that's a great idea. I think that, having a send off for all the things that decorate you
Yeah.
and, that's oh gosh, you're so awesome. Um no, I mean what you've been through as far as, your story is just really admirable and
Thank you.
yeah.
But some people will get it. Some people will understand. A lot of people won't. Because for a lot of people, it's not an issue. And they're like, what? It's just stuff. It's funny because my husband is the opposite. He's an accidental minimalist. I logged his wardrobe as well. Something we're doing for our duo actually is just logging how often we wear various things as something we're going to talk about in a future video or something. And his entire wardrobe is under 40 items.
That's my husband. That's Galvos in the chat. He basically has like two pair of jeans that are good and like rotates between the two. We do the wash and then like yeah, it's ridiculous. And then like maybe like 20 shirts he rotates through.
Yeah, and that's Patrick as well. He's the same. And I remember when we were doing one of our very first declutters where we put everything on the bed. Not everything, obviously, I had so much stuff, but where I put like a ton of stuff on the bed. He put his entire wardrobe on the bed, and he was just like, "Yeah, it doesn't fit anymore. Too big. Don't like this one." And just casually got rid of more than half of his stuff in one go into a garbage bag. No emotion. I was there like holding on to like a shirt that's something I wore 20 years ago that I haven't worn since. And I was like, there is a possibility that I might want to wear this one. I don't know. I think I might keep it. Like, it's complete opposites.
Do you have ones that you've kept that are like from high school, like that you really cherish, or like college, or people signed it because it was the last year kind of thing? Like, do you have?
I mean, I did do that when I was in school, but I honestly, and it's the same when I had my first big concert, the Wandering Mini P launch. Some people will know what I'm referring to there, most won't. But I had a T-shirt that was signed by people, but the messages were not special. If I'm being honest, like they're really the item itself is, when you think about it, this thing where you're asking everyone to sign it and people doing it because they have to, and they're just like, "Great job, love you."
Mm-hmm.
There's like that specialness wasn't actually there. Those were actually relatively easy to get rid of because they weren't things that I wanted to wear, and they didn't actually, anchor me to a particularly important time or anything in the way that I thought they would. Like other things anchored me to that time more.
Right.
Uh, like, yeah, it's an interesting thing. There are other things that people did, like other memories or even sentimental items that I would have a lot more value for. But that, I don't know, I didn't get that same feeling from those items. In terms of sentimental clothes that I kept, trying to think what the oldest like item in my wardrobe is. I don't. I'd have to look through. I'd have to look through. But there are probably items that come from when I was much younger. I've been quite lucky because my body shape has not actually changed an awful lot since I was 14.
Right.
It's just I'm still able to wear those clothes. I think I did move on from most things though. Like most things, I did decide. You know, I'm over 30 years old now. Not necessarily dress my age, but you live once only, hashtag Yalu, and
Right.
you can wear clothes that you haven't worn for the last 20 years. It's actually okay.
Right. My big thing was t-shirts. T-shirts from middle school, t-shirts from high school, t-shirts from college. I just collected. I wouldn't say I just, like, I still have it collected. And what my mom did for some of them was to have them made into a quilt.
Oh, wow. That's super cool.
So like all my old basketball t-shirts and all my old musical theater ones that you merch and all that stuff is made into one giant blanket and has all the squares of it, and that way I was able to get rid of it but still have it sentimentally.
That's super rad. That is super rad. Yeah, and creative too. And it's got that extra layer of meaning because of the handiwork that went into it as well. So,
Mhm. Yeah. That's how I need to do that again though. Cuz the shirts keep piling up again.
yeah, it's one of those things like that you also learn going from hoarder to average human is that it's not like you do one declutter and now you're done forever. Because firstly, you shouldn't be trapped in a prison of your own making. It shouldn't be these are the only clothes I can wear forever from now on. You should have the opportunity to wear other things. And if you're going to bring other new things in at some point, again, you're going to have to get rid of some stuff to make space. It's
Right.
just a cycle.
That's good advice. If you're going to if you're going to bring in something, you got to get rid of something.
It doesn't have to be straight away.
Right.
You don't feel like a, you know,
One for
crazy.
one kind of thing where like this is the one I'll get rid of.
You probably don't need a spreadsheet like I have. Again, my partner and I, for Reality Craft as our duo, we are actually trying to do a thing in relation to this topic because, as you can see, it's had a big impact on my life. I do want to talk about it at some point and give advice to people who may want advice from someone that's gone through it, maybe someone that is currently going through it. But that is not something a normal human has to do. We are doing it for a very specific purpose. And again, having the numbers for me was only for the very specific purpose of giving me an idea of what normal is when I had no feeling for it at all. And I didn't go with like, the typical minimalist wardrobe of, I don't know, they do 30 items or 10 items or something stupid. I went for whatever the average was and kind of
Went from there.
ballparked that. Obviously, I'm over the average, not by much, but it was like ballparking there.
Yeah. And it's also kind of like it's not tit for tat, but it is kind of like weight loss where if you write down all the food that you've eaten, right, you'll see it and know that the double cheeseburger that you had for dinner and the thing that you had for lunch and the big breakfast that you had is actually not normal. And so, but at that point, you don't go down to minimalist. You don't go down to like, a granola bar a day. You go ahead and make it the average. So to me, that's how I compare it because that's my own journey. But I can see it that way, and I think that's brilliant.
Yeah, I mean, funnily enough, the dieting journey is another one my husband and I had to go on. My husband got told towards the end of last year that he had to lose weight because medically he was at risk of being like very, very ill and having very serious issues if he didn't, which was a shock to the system because he's not actually that overweight. He's now lost so much weight. He's done an insane job, but we started dieting at the start of this year. So I understand the dieting journey from that side as well. It is not a fun journey, I have to be honest.
No.
It's especially not fun when it's like coming from a place of I have to do it as opposed to I can do it, so I can be an Insta girly and take a photo with my like green smoothie. It's like something where it's like, oh shit, I have to
Right.
do this, otherwise I die. I'm
Right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh man. You get it. You get it. So we're talking about fashion, we're talking about everything like that. Let's this one really tickled me. Um, let's talk about your eyebrow routine.
sorry, I'm choking on my tea. I'll put the berry down.
Don't choke on your tea.
My eyebrow routine.
Yeah, you put it down, so I figured I'd present it to stream.
Maybe I should read the list I gave you because I think the people in the Salk family will understand when I go through this. So I actually gave the Rusty Panda two lists. One was one that I thought we could work with, and another was a joke one because that's who I am. I'm a jokey joke maker. And the eyebrow routine was in the joke list. So my true 15 likes. Discord went and formatted this for me. I had it counting down and it made it count up. Edit message and it puts it back in the proper order. There we go. So my 15 true likes. Number 15, particularly fabulous clothes, especially those that are impractical and or loud. Number 14 is fabulous hat wear. Wait, did I hear a cat?
Yeah, Ruby. I know, baby, but
Wait,
you
wait,
gotta
just take a
go.
moment, please. I want to see. Okay, I want to see Ruby. I want to see Ruby.
All
Sorry.
right, Ruby, can you come up here? You want to come up?
So,
Come here.
Dad, best way to be.
Come here.
Kitty.
Come on, Ru. You're just gonna be loud. You don't want to be seen.
No, I want to see you.
People want to see you.
Show us your butthole.
Let me see. Yeah. You going for good? Come here.
Back.
Yeah.
Back.
Yeah.
Yes, my young man.
All right, here we go. Here we go.
Cat, 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 cat.
Ah, Sampedia, bramissima.
Hello, boo boo. Hello. Hello.
That's Ruby.
Sweetie, let me see if I can get Bloop. I'm gonna
Yeah,
go
go ahead. Ruby Roo. Aw, thank you guys. She is beautiful. Yeah, her name was Nada for some reason. And we changed it to Ruby because Crystal's name was Crystal. So we went with the gems. Look at this. Oh my goodness.
My Bloop. My Bloopy boy. This little demon spawn. You puppy. My baba. Ow. That's my face.
That's what just happened to me. Ruby's just like, I don't wanna. Oh my gosh. See, Ruby just freaks out when it just freaks out when I try to pick her up, and then she wants to get down flailing. Whereas that's Ruby, and then Crystal will go ahead and just kind of let you put her down slowly. So Ruby flails, and then Crystal's like, "Put me down, I'm a queen." And Keiko, you can't pick up at all. There's no, there's no chance.
I think we've been picking our two boys up like little babies since they were tiny kittens. So they're just, I wouldn't say they're used to it. They don't like it, but they deal with it. They tolerate. They tolerate.
Yeah. Now you have a cat song, since we've been talking about cats a lot. About I tried to put that one on my Insta song one. I put a song to the Insta post that I made in my story, and I didn't. Is it out there? Is it just called Butthole, or is it called something else?
Oh, butthole in my face. There's no professional recording of that yet. I probably should make one at some point. It should be a hit song. It really should.
Yeah, for sure.
Inspire the masses. Do you want me to play it?
Yeah.
I can play it now. Okay, I'll set up the guitar. While I do, feel free to keep showing cat pictures. That's what the internet wants. It's what it needs. It deserves.
Okay. Yeah. So we were talking about she has floofy cats, whereas as you saw, Ruby was not the floofiest cats. So I yeah, see, all mine are short hair, which is cute, but the big floofs. Crystal's kind of a floof. Galvos, would you say Crystal's kind of a floof? She's a little bit of a floof. Let's see. She is the floofiest. I agree. Oh, all right. I'll make this big again. Hold on.
We adopted two short-haired cats. Bloop rudely decided to keep growing his hair. We did not actually want to adopt a longer-haired cat because they're the first cats we've ever had. So we wanted short hairs because short hairs are actually easier. We did not want a medium-haired cat. Bloop just decided that that was the way. So
Yep, that's what happened with Crystal. She just kept growing hair, and her whiskers grew past her, and
it was a personal attack.
yeah.
I give you food, I give you love, I give you pets and lots of cat toys. But what do you give me in return? You give me butthole, butthole, butthole in my face. Butthole, butthole, butthole in my face. Don't show me love, you don't listen to anything I say. You just give me butthole, butthole, butthole in my face. Made your cat tower, it cut my finger. Replaced the spice jars, they tapped and shattered. What do you return, return, return? You give me butthole, butthole, butthole in my face. Butthole, butthole, butthole in my face. Don't show me love, you don't listen to anything I say. You just give me butthole, butthole. Butthole, butthole. You give me butthole, butthole. Butthole, butthole. You give me butthole, butthole. Butthole, butthole. You give me butthole, butthole. I wonder what we should add to this. What do you think, Rusty Panda? You can dictate. What instruments do you think?
Should name your cats.
Bloop and Meowie?
Yeah.
We'll do that first. All right. What else do you think? That drums, flugelhorn, gong.
Let's do some violin.
Violin, all right. What else? What else do you think?
Chat, what do you think? What goes good with this?
What do you guys think? What goes with butthole?
I mean, you were right about the gong. Kind of reminds me of a butthole, you know?
We could add gong. All right, let's start with some gong. Gong and zoo. Zoo as well. So deep and meaningful. Last time I played this, I had garlic beforehand. Figuring out what key my own song is in. You give me butthole, butthole. Butthole, butthole, butthole in my face. Butthole, butthole, butthole in my face. Don't show me love, you don't listen to anything I say. You just give me butthole, butthole. You give me butthole, butthole, butthole in my face. Butthole, butthole, butthole in my face. You don't show me love, you don't listen to anything I say. You just give me butthole, butthole, butthole in my face.
Absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. Thank you so much for playing that. I love that.
All right. There we go. Apparently, there were some audio issues. If you want to hear the non-audio issue version of that, you're just going to have to come along to a MERIAMBER stream.
Yep. Yeah, the it tried to compensate a little bit, but quite honestly, I heard it just fine. The only thing that I was trying to do was make sure that the guitar was coming in a little loud, and so when the guitar was super up, I would just tune it a little down because it was going into the red, and I was like, oh my god.
Into the red is where I like to keep the stream.
Perfect. Well, the shout out is up there, guys. I hope you're following MERIAMBER. This is not the end of the show. This is just a public service announcement.
Also, just a shout out to Dropbox for constantly having alerts on my various computers. It's not an emergency. It's not urgent, Dropbox. It's always urgent, emergency. Like the titles of these pop-ups. I'm like, no. This is not an emergency that I'm not paying you money. You would like me to pay you money. It is not an emergency. I don't actually have to pay you money. I have a choice. I'm not, this is not, a problem for me. Like, I don't understand. I'm so pissed off at Dropbox. Like, their service is fine, but the way they promote themselves, I'm just like, on behalf of the people who aren't like technologically literate, which is quite a large number of people, especially above a certain age. Not that older people are less literate. There are older people who are perfectly computer literate, but there are people out there that say, like, my mum would get that message and she'd be like, oh no, there's a problem, I need to fix it. There's no problem. How is that like allowed? How is that allowed? Dropbox, you disgust me. I'm just saying it.
Oh my gosh. I was reading Jack's comment. OBS popping up prompt asking if I want to upgrade to the version 30 while I was live. That's...
I still don't think that's as heinous as Dropbox, because you know that that's just a upgrade. If it was saying something like, urgent, reminder, you must upgrade immediately, that would be different, because you don't have to upgrade.
I didn't. Before the stream, I did not upgrade because I was terrified that it was going to mess something up right before stream. And I was like, no, we'll do it later.
Not to mention that, like, on the same token, upgrading is free. I did upgrade prior to the stream, and it did change the layout of OBS. So, warning for everyone. But it doesn't cost money. Dropbox does.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to know how many of those dollary dues that Dropbox is getting from people that don't realize that there was no emergency and there's nothing urgent and they did nothing wrong. I want to know. I'm coming for you, Dropbox.
Public service announcement. Dropbox, you've got shitstorm coming.
Oh, I forgot to finish reading the list. I'll go back to the list. Let's read the list. We are staying on topic, which is a trait that I pride myself on having. I always stay on schedule and on topic. Everyone from the Sork family can attest to this. So the true 15 likes that we were potentially going to look up were 15 particularly fabulous clothing, especially those that are impractical and or loud. 14 fabulous hatwear, especially berets, because head pancakes are the best. 13 the never-ending quest to accumulate more musical instruments. 12 the never-ending quest to learn how to work said musical instruments. 11 writing songs that offend people. 10 disturbing the public with said songs. 9 disturbing the public just generally. 8 my eyebrow grooming self-care implement, which we're going to go into. 7 the inexplicable bliss that comes from a bite of well-made cheesecake. 6 the joy of bringing up a question that sparks a particularly entertaining debate or argument or blood feud. 5 My mum, the fiercest and most supportive short Hungarian lady you'll ever meet, and my dad, the most placid and vocally talented of dads. 4, the Sork family, the sassiest and most marvelous of all families. 3, my sweet ginger boy and his one brain cell. I should add in, and his vet bill. 2, my demon spawn half tabby with his ball. And 1, Patrick. Please note, he is taken. Stop flirting with my husband! Swear to God. My 5 true dislikes are number 5, the requirement to have to buy musical instruments rather than them simply being bequeathed to me because I've suddenly taken interest in flugelhorn. 4, the viola's resistance to being tamed. 3, Meowie and Bloop's hair going up my nose, in my mouth, in my eye sockets, and permeating the entire of known reality to an incalculable degree. 2, Patrick's resistance to jorts when they would suit him so handsomely. I'm sure we could all agree. And 1, displeasing the great Illuminati goat of destiny in the sky. That was the original lists, and then I provided lists that we could actually work with after that.
And what's funny is that I incorporated some of your other ones into this list, like the eyebrows.
This is why we should have probably come with the other list. The eyebrow thing is a running joke on my stream, so let's do that.
Yeah, that's. I figured that's what it was, so I wanted to present it.
So I'm all about self-care, and I think everyone should have a moment of self-care. I don't know, Rusty Panda, do you give your audience an opportunity to take a moment for self-care during your streams? Because you probably should. Just saying.
Okay.
It's important. So everyone that's watching right now, self-care is so important. You need to care for yourself, and there's only one way to do this: with your self-care implement. This is my self-care implement, and you may have noticed that right now there is so much turmoil in the world, so much sadness, desolation, war, agony, drama, so much animosity for no reason. But did you know, with the self-care implement, I open it up, and I mean, I'm already feeling tranquility just from doing that. Like, I can feel there has been a shift in the force, and then oh, do you sense that? World peace. That's right. All I had to do was use my self-care implement. Everyone, I hope you are using your self-care implement. I'm at peace. I'm at peace with the world now. Everything is well. Oh, such a good thing that I have my self-care implement. You should get one, Creativia. It's very important. Very important. Self-care.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I yeah, I don't know. I guess no. No, I don't have one of those.
Well, you should probably get one.
I agree. I want world peace. So I feel
Yeah.
like
I mean, not to say that you're responsible for everything that's wrong with the world right now. Like, you have avoided getting yourself a self-care implement, and that, I mean, it feels a little irresponsible. Is all I'm gonna say.
that's fair.
Yeah,
Yeah.
creative. They're very good. They're very good. It feels so nice too. Oh, it feels so cool.
Actually, I guess I do. I have a face scrub that I use in the shower. Is that a self-care implement?
It could be.
Yeah.
It could be. Do you feel like you are caring for yourself?
Oh yeah, I go in all oily, I come out like perfect. Galvos knows that when I wash my face, I feel like a new human.
That's the way to do it. Like, actually, to everyone that doesn't know about self-care, I know someone that can help. One sec.
Hi there, testies. I'm Testa Clay. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Make my jingle balls ring. As you all know, I care so deeply about all of you. All I want to do is help. That's what I do. Help. And today, I want to share some invaluable advice with you on something that just does not get spoken about enough, but it really should be. Self-care. Now, if you are like me and you spend all of your time just helping other people selflessly, it can be so hard to get out of that selfless habit. But you just have to. Firstly, cut toxic people out of your life. Like anyone that's not subscribed to my channel. Just kidding, but not really. Secondly, think about what makes you really happy. What you could do or buy from my merch store and get that. Thirdly, allocate some time for yourself to sit, relax, read a book, boring, or watch my videos. I could use the watch hours. And don't forget that you are worth it. Really, don't hesitate on that buying merch thing.
Yeah, Tess is there to help. Tess is there to help. She's hosted a few streams. She's always been very helpful.
That's I love all of your videos. You are so creative and you are so fun, and I think that I hope that you skyrocket to the moon. I do, because you deserve it. You have such a chutzpah, and yeah, I'm happy you're here.
Woo! Now I can speak about eyebrows and fashion.
I want to know more about the flugelhorn.
I mean, I'm not exactly overly educated in the flugelhorn, if I'm being honest.
Mm-hmm.
I do see that there's a Wikipedia page, so we can both learn together while I play some sweet flugelhorn background music.
All right. So, like trumpets and cornets, most flugelhorns are pitched in B flat, and some are in C. It is a type of valved bugle developed in Germany in the 19th century from a traditional English valveless bugle. The first version of the valved bugle was sold by Henry Stotzel in Berlin in 1828. The valved bugle provided a Dolphy sax and the inspiration for the B-flat soprano sax horns on which the modern-day flugelhorn is modeled. The German word Flügel means wing or flank in English. In 18th century Germany, a ducal hunt leader known as Flügelmeister blew the flugelhorn, a large semicircle brass or silver valveless horn, to direct the wings of the hunt. Military used dates from the 7 Years' War, where this instrument was employed as a predecessor of the bugle. There you go.
Thank you also for the raid, Aylin the Yellow-Eyed. Thank you for being here.
Hey, Alan. Thank you so much for coming in.
Aylin. Bloody oath. Sorry, Alan.
Alan is my dungeon master for Dungeons and Dragons.
If you hate me now, it's alright. I actually understand. Sorry, Alan. It's like when. Don't worry, Alan. My name is spelt funny too. My name's Mary, and it's spelled Meri. The number of people I get being like Marai. No, it's just Mary. Merle. It's not Merle. My name is not Merle. Marie. I'm like, well, that's obviously not it either.
Aw. Well, Alan, thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate it. Welcome on in, everybody. Welcome to the zoo. Sit back, relax, enjoy the bamboo. Welcome on into Wiki Wednesday, where we have a streamer and we take 15 things they like, 5 things they don't, and we go down the Wikipedia rabbit hole. So I'm glad you guys are here. And we are talking about the flugelhorn at the moment. And I'm very interested to know why you want the flugelhorn, although I think that you want all instruments, but what is special about the flugelhorn?
Well, I never said specifically that I wanted it, but at some point I probably will. So,
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
but it was just, in case I have like an interest in it, I should have one, obviously. Right now, the latest instrument that I've acquired is a cello, and I'm doing my cellulation. That is starting in 2 days' time, which is quite exciting. I'm going to be attempting to learn cello live on stream, and if you are watching the stream, you can help. I just heard your cat, and it was very cute. Very, very cute. Otherwise, prior to that, the previous instrument was the piccolo.
Ooh.
It sounds fun until you hear it, and then you're like, you can stop, Mary. Always takes me a moment to adjust once I've been playing flute. So if you give me like 5-10 minutes, then I can start playing it decently. Even worse is when I switch from this one to the alto flute, which is the big long one.
Mm-hmm.
I won't even be able to play a note from it now. But if I'd started with that one, I'd be playing it fine. The different embouches always trip me up. But yeah, that was the most recent before the cello.
That's amazing. And so I want everyone to go follow MERIAMBER if you haven't already. If you can put a shout out, Jack, that'd be great. And I want you to follow because we want to definitely get in on those cello streams. I know that I will be there. Oh, thank you, Galvos. Being a mod husband, huh? Not just playing Star Citizen, are we? No, I'm kidding. He can't even play Star Citizen from his laptop. But thank you, babe. Okay, so we talked about Doctor Who. We talked about eyebrows. We talked about berets and the flugelhorn. Let's
We
talk.
haven't done enough on fashion yet. I still don't feel like we did enough on fashion.
All right,
You know,
let's do fashion.
I should give you a style analysis.
Okay.
Do you want a style analysis?
Let's do it.
Okay, firstly, where do you feel you're at with style right now?
Oh, I'm a nice 2 out of 10.
Okay, interesting. That's not very confident there.
No.
Oh. Well, maybe this style analysis will help then. Firstly, we'll start with a little education on the style. Say Sank hello. We'll do a quick little education on the style. This can educate everyone because fashion is so very important. Ready? Ready? All right, little video, and then the rest will be more interactive.
Just like the Illuminati Spicy Dorito Triangle has 3 corners, there are 3 cornerstones to mastering your style. Your body type, color scheme, and style vibe. Never fear a fashion-confused skin bag. All the help you need to fabulize yourself is incoming. Firstly, we will demystify your body type. You may have been misled by the corrupt powers that be into thinking your body type is a fruit. Fruit have feelings, and this oppressive transgression is not something we can stand for. Anyway, your body type is more accurately described by one of 8 vegetables. Everyone knows vegetables feel nothing. Secondly, everyone has a color scheme that best flatters them and brings out their natural colors in a harmonious but selective rainbow of a selection of colors. These are distilled down and found in the expert concoctions of 8 questionable movie posters. One of these 8 color combinations will perfectly suit you and your color needs. Thirdly, and finally, you need to know your style vibe. A vibe is like a vibe, it has vibes. Good vibes, bad vibes, vibes. When you meet someone, you don't just see their vegetable or its color, you feel their vibes. This critical third step is personalized to you through a specially designated Chris Paul facial expression that can guide you in vibing your ideal vibe. Once you have all 3 parts to your Illuminati Spicy Dorito Triangle of style, you will fabulize any space more than you could have ever imagined you could before. Fashion designers will bend to your will, clothes shopping will be a breeze, and your crush will really like you back for reals. Get ready for your style overhaul, babe. Let's move you from drab to fabulicious.
All right. So that was a quick little rundown. Did all of that make sense?
Oh yeah, I got it all. The vibes specifically. I got the vibes going.
Very important. So that yeah, there's 3 cornerstones to your Illuminati Dorito of style. Which I don't know. Did you even know you had an Illuminati Dorito of style?
I was unaware. I mean, normally I just go for the regular Doritos, so the spicy Dorito just threw me for a loop.
And this is the unfortunate thing. You know, people are just not educated about the stuff that makes a difference in their lives. And it's a little sad, really. But fortunately, we can fix this today. So, body types.
Mhm.
The first step is to determine your body type and specifically which vegetable it is, because it is going to be a vegetable.
Mhm.
So, let's find out. Rusty Panda, what is your body type?
Let's find out.
Oh, you are the majestic potato body type, and you are proudly lumpy, starchy, and occasionally starting to sprout from random spots on your body. Embrace your gorgeous lumps, don't hide them. Every step you take has weight. Literally and figuratively, people shall respect your gracious presence. Interestingly, this is the most popular body type. This is the one everyone wants to be. So you have kind of won out. That's that's the potato body type, but the majestic potato body type. So every step you take has weight, literally and figuratively. Respect your gracious presence. Everyone must respect. All right.
Every
Now we know
step I take, every move I make, you'll be watching me.
everyone will. They'll be sure to keep an eye on you. After all, you are majestic. You are the body type everyone dreams of being. You may have thought this was an hourglass. No one gives a shit about the hourglass. Poor sad hourglass people. They all wish they were you, but they're not. They're probably like a celery or a beetroot or something. You are a majestic potato.
Potato.
Now, what is the color scheme of choice? Let's find out. What colors do you think suit you? What colors do you gravitate towards in general?
Mostly browns and oranges, dark oranges.
Browns and oranges. We'll see if you were on the right track. Let's see. This system is flawless.
I'm just
Science.
Yep.
Oh, you have the munchy color scheme. Yes, that you're on the right track.
Yep.
You do have oranges, but also lilac, black, navy, gray, and other colors found within that poster. I see a dark green there. I see some silver, some white.
It's like some
It's
pewter, like maybe a little pewter color.
some pewters. Like, it's not about just the grid. You know, people get misled. It's not about the grid. You need to take the whole poster. You need to take the whole poster shopping with you and just check when you go to buy something that it's matching the poster, all right? So just make sure you've always got your munchy poster with you, and you'll be right, okay? You'll be right. That's the way to be.
Got it.
And lastly but not leastly, this is possibly the most important part. Your style vibe. Ooh. Your style vibe is that of the Chris Paul fierce and independent type. You cannot go astray with tight clothes, feather boas, fur trimmings, animal print, and continuous finger clicks, accompanied by body rolls. Fierce and independent
Fierce and independent potato.
body roll. That's right. With the munchy color scheme.
I love that. The munchy color scheme. That's
See,
great.
now you never have to feel like you don't know what to wear because it's all clear.
Thank you.
Style. So the style analysis is something anyone can get on my stream, by the way. If you are also feeling confused and thinking you need to know what your vegetable is,
Do it. You heard the lady.
Can't guarantee you'll be a potato though. Everyone wants to be the potato. Not everyone gets the potato. I've had a lot of people very disappointed that they didn't get the potato. So I'm sorry. You might think you're a potato, but really you're just a broccoli. Like,
And there's nothing wrong with broccoli. You're just not a potato.
there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with broccoli. I mean, it's one of those things where you have to be open to the process. Otherwise you can't transform your style. It is very daughter of Q. It is. It's true. Very accurate. Chris Paul. Chris Paul is here. Everyone bow down to the great Chris Paul.
So this is great. So tell me about Chris Paul and why he was on your list.
Tell you about Chris Paul.
Well, tell me why he's on your list.
You don't know about Chris Paul? Okay, sorry. I just have to breathe for a moment. This is Chris Paul we're speaking about, right? Chris Paul. The great Chris Paul. He's the greatest basketball player of all time ever, but also pretty much the greatest person. So if you exist, you should thank Chris Paul for that because he's probably responsible and you should be grateful to him. He is the embodiment of perfection, and you should bow down to his glory. He plays basketball better than others, and he has children and he's vegan. I think, yeah, but he's really great. We have his book. We have a signed copy. We haven't read it. God, we wouldn't. We're framing the book. Obviously, we're getting an ebook. We're not going to touch that precious piece of that's going into the cupboard in a frame. But we have listened to the audiobook version, which is better because we can hear him read his own book in his voice.
Yeah.
Chris Paul.
He's been vegan since 2019 and a brand ambassador for Beyond Meat. He's also partnership with GoPuff, which is weird because I use that all the time. So I guess I have to thank Chris Paul because
What's GoPuff?
GoPuff is like a DoorDash, but it's more local to you, and so it's like a convenience store that's very fast. So it's like I need toilet paper, I can go through GoPuff and it'll go ahead and just get me toilet paper in like 10 minutes or less.
That's pretty cool. Well, it must be a perfect company because Chris Paul, supports it. 2019, he's been vegan since 2019. Infos are he's not a newbie. Don't disrespect Chris Paul like that. Don't disrespect Chris Paul. I'm going to pretend I didn't read it. It's not as basketball's even a good sport. Excuse me, Rodimus Time Lord. Basketball is a fabulous sport when Chris Paul is playing.
So 61 life lessons from Papa on and off the court. That's what you have?
Yes. It's an amazing book. Everyone should listen to the audiobook version and frame a copy. One.
I love it. Oh, I could have just showed you what GoPuff was. I keep forgetting I'm on Wikipedia, so I can show you things. But yeah, Chris Paul, man, I did not know. He's got a lot of stats. I did not know who he was, and now I think I need to know who he is.
Yeah, you should.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know whether I would admit that sort of thing publicly. It's embarrassing.
I'm not a sports watcher. I don't do sports ball very well.
Well, look, Chris Paul is more than just sports ball. He is an entity. He is all things at once. As you saw, he is also an author and a writer.
Mm-hmm.
He has learnt lessons from his papa and he's passed those on. He's a vegan. He eats selectively. And yeah, lots of other things. He's just a very cool person.
I think that's awesome. I learned something new today. I love it when that happens. Also about my fashion. I learned a lot new about that. But Chris Paul, it's going on the list of things I need to know more about. This is awesome.
It's true infos are an author and a writer.
Oh, that's great. So I love that you have. Okay, so where did Chris Paul come from in your history? Like, were you watching a basketball game and you're like that guy?
I mean, he is where all of life, eternity, peace, and joy originates from. So, bearing that in mind, my husband is a huge fan of the Phoenix Suns. He's quite obsessive about his Phoenix Suns basketball fandom. He watches all the games, and at one point, Chris Paul played for the Phoenix Suns. He was my favorite player, obviously. Everyone's, obviously. If they say someone else like Michael Jordan or LeBron, they're lying. They're wrong. It's Chris Paul, and yeah, that's where I first kind of started learning more about Chris Paul and his ways. Honestly, for a real, getting real, for reals, Chris Paul was very, very inspiring to me as a player because he is an older player in the league. He's now 36, 37, 38. I don't know.
38.
He's 38 years old. He's easily competitive with people who are in their early 20s. Easily, he's still one of the best players in the league at that age. On top of that, as you saw, he's vegan. He is the ambassador for. I'm not a vegan, but I do respect people who are. Like in my mind, that's still a very big deal, because he's doing all these other things as well. He's also like the ambassador for like the players association or league, so he fights for the rights of players. He does a ton of charity stuff and a ton of just being a really lovely mentor. He's also got the highest points in the game of basketball as a point guard, which made no sense to me till Patrick explained it. He is essentially the player that gives the ball to the person who then shoots it.
Mhm.
Means the person who shoots it gets all the credit and all the like crowd applause and the famous name, and he's the person that's the best at essentially assisting them to do that. And he kind of sits in the shadows a little bit for that, but he does his job that well that he's that high up, and he's in like the Hall of Fame for that level of play as the person who essentially is like a mentor in a team, looks after everyone else, and kind of helps other people's stars.
He's cute
Sean.
too.
Yeah, he says he's vertically challenged, which I think is hilarious because he's like what 6 foot or something. He's ridiculously tall, but in world of basketball, that's considered vertically challenged.
Yeah, he's 6'0".
That's vertically challenged now.
1.83 m. So for those of you in Australia and the rest of the world who is in America, that's what it is.
Number one in the league in Chris Paulness. Exactly. And it is funny because like the Phoenix Suns, I feel they've actually traded away Chris Paul because they're idiots, and he's now playing for the Warriors, and he's actually doing very well for the Warriors because he's a good player. But he's the sort of player that I think the Suns really needed because now there's kind of no one that's conducting and gluing everyone together in a sense. And you kind of actually do need that in a team sport. So, yeah, a little awkward there. And he's doing really well in the Warriors, which everyone thought would be like a catastrophe because he's got a blood feud with some other player in the Warriors, which they pretty much immediately just got over themselves and moved on, like the multi-millionaires they are getting paid to play sports ball. And, professionally went about their day. And they're doing well. So it's interesting. The dramas of basketball. I was never a part of this until Patrick. Blame Patrick.
Blame Patrick.
He's taken.
Yes. So I've heard. Awesome. Yeah, I knew about the Phoenix Suns thing with Patrick all from Infozar and him coming in, but I did not know about Chris Paul.
The great Chris Paul. Yep.
So you were talking about him being a writer and a author.
Mm-hmm.
So what about you writing songs and being an author and storytelling. Those are two things that you put: songwriting and storytelling. You like that segue? I think I did really well with that.
Very
Um,
good way.
thank you, thank you. So tell me about songwriting.
So storytelling I usually do through rants and things. Songwriting has been a passion of mine for as long as I know. Um, my memory's not that long, so I guess that's probably a week or two.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but yeah, no, I love writing songs. I do them on stream, live songwriting live on stream pretty frequently. Um, it's something that bit of a weird thing when you think about it out of context, but yeah, it's the art form that I gravitated towards in my life. But really, my favorite thing to do is tell stories, convey ideas. That's really the crux of it. And my medium is often songs or rants, stand up, that sort of thing. Um, but other people have other ways of telling their stories, like writing books or creating art. Um, Everyone's got their methods. Songwriting is something I gravitated strongly towards, but it's a means to an end. It's like the main thing I want to do is tell a story, convey an idea, communicate, connect. Um, and songwriting is one of the main ways to do that.
Yeah, I the very first song I ever wrote, I was 11, and we were doing the topic was spring break. And so everybody was talking about flowers and spring, and I was like, "No. My friends abandoned me and they wouldn't play with me in the park." And I mean, like, this whole thing, it was like you're independent, you're all alone, you want to talk to somebody but not just on the phone. You're something something something, but like it went really deep as an 11-year-old, and then I had to compose it. So I composed it as fast as I could, and she's like, "Well, that took you 2 classes, and we've got like 7 more to go. Do you want to help the other children?" And I was like, "Sure." So that's where I found love of songwriting. How old were you when you started?
Um, the first song that I count as my first official song is "I'm Not a Hypochondriac," which I believe was written when I was 12. Yeah, I mean, I can't get an exact ETA on that.
I
Uh,
get it.
I need a time travel machine, but I believe it was when I was 12. I can play it for you if you'd like.
Yeah, if you have it, go ahead.
While I prepare it, you can chat a bit more. And stall for me, stall.
Okay, I will stall. Um, yeah, so the big topic was that my friends abandoned me, and that summer or that spring they all gave went against me, and nobody would talk to me. So I found love on the computer and talking to people on the computer, and that's where my love of streaming, no, well, not streaming because there was no streaming at the time, but that's where my love of talking to the people on the internet was. So is that a good stall? Did I do good?
More is required.
Okay, so talking on the internet to people is very awkward, especially when you're like 12 and they do the ASL thing and you're like, no, not really. So you try to find other kids in AOL chat rooms and they're not kids. So you got to be really careful about who you talk to on the internet. Got it.
Turn into PSA.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah,
All right. This is my first song. I'm not a hypochondriac. I turn the lights green because it makes me look slightly unwell. Ironically, my favorite lighting setting.
yeah.
I'm not a hypochondriac, nobody seems to see my broken bones and allergies. I have genuinely. I came to school with scarlet fever, a broken arm, and chronic fatigue. The hole in my liver made me quiver like the snake bite on my knee. But it's not my fault that I have these things. It was passed down in my genes. abnormally low bone strength and asthma prevents me from getting there in time for the test. You know, I really do swear I needed the rest. Please be aware it was for the best. Like this, I really detest, 'cause I'm not a hypochondriac. Nobody seems to see my broken bones and allergies I have genuinely. I was refused the right to go to sick bay today by my teacher who didn't see my despair, pain and dismay. She said the only sickness I have is always thinking I'm sick. She ignored the clear fact that I was allergic, bulimic, diabetic, and lethargic. It's not my fault that I'm never in school on time. My abnormally high blood pressure, my abnormally low bone strength, and asthma prevents me from getting there in time for the test. You know, I really do swear I needed the rest. Just be aware it was for the best. Like this, I really detest, 'cause I'm not. I'm not a hypochondriac. Nobody seems to see my broken bones and allergies I have genuinely. No, I'm not a hypochondriac. Nobody seems to see my broken bones and allergies I have genuinely.
Yes. That's amazing.
That's the first one.
Yeah.
Kraken Not Stirred is here. Hello, Kraken Not Stirred.
Yeah, that's amazing that you wrote that so early and that you started with comedy writing. I think that speaks a lot about you and what you're passionate about, and especially since you started so early, I think that's incredible.
Yeah, I guess it was always going to be the weird songs. That was always the way it was going to go. But it's also very strange when you think about it that your first song was a deep song, and that's why it's like it's funny because I've had people say things like, "Oh, I wish I wrote funny upbeat songs," when they write like really sad, deep, beautiful songs, and I'm like, why? You know, it's what comes from you. It's what comes to you. It's your way of coping and expressing yourself, because it's my way of coping and expressing myself,
Right.
and it's beautiful, and yeah, it's very, very cool. I mean, again, I've always wanted to write the deep, meaningful, slow ballad songs, and it's just not the way. You know?
Aw. Yeah, I don't know if you were able to hear the opening song because I know you were probably on mute and everything like that, but that one I did with the Virtue Knot, and I was really excited because now I'm on Spotify,
Woo! Spotify! Shut
right?
up!
Yeah, so I'm super happy about that. But then I also wrote my own song called Trojan Horse, and that's the one I've been doing at open mics. So I'm I'm on my way, I'd like to say.
Can I hear it?
You want to hear Trojan Horse? Do you want to hear the live version of Trojan Horse?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, let me see. Oh my god. Ah, okay. This is Trojan Horse instrumental with harmonies. This is no harmonies. All right, this is. I know that laugh. Okay.
Nervous. I was not expecting this, but it's gonna have to happen now because she's put me on the spot and there's no going back. Laugh.
Yeah, something like that. Okay, this should be.
I want to hear it.
Can everybody hear that? You probably won't be. You probably have to turn on the stream and mute yourself. I know we're. Nope. Okay. Sorry, I told you to mute yourself and then you were ready and I forgot to like look at the camera and see that you were ready. So, alrighty, here we go. Let's see how I remember the words. My inspiration comes straight from the source, like burning down cities with a Trojan horse. So dragonflies and butterflies, yeah, up in the air, keeping track of thoughts. I know we're not there, I know we're unclear. Hold on, hold on, hold on, don't hold on to bad nothings. You should go on without always believing that it's all gone, nothing you can do now. Just hold on, keep track of broken feelings. Hold on, hold on. My mind's unique with a weak holding cell where thoughts can leak into the unending well. And tears and tears will seldom disappear. I'm keeping track of thoughts I know aren't there. I know are unclear. Hold on, don't hold on to bad nothings. You should go on without always believing that it's all gone, nothing you can do now. Just hold on. Keep track of broken feelings. There's something inside me that hasn't come out. I'm losing control. I'm painted with doubt. It's not easy to see if you're not from the source. Like burning down cities with a Trojan horse. A Trojan horse. Like burning down cities with a Trojan horse. Whoa, whoa. Like burning down cities with a Trojan horse. Hold on, don't hold on to bad nothings. You should go on without always believing that it's all gone, nothing you can do now. Just hold on, keep track of broken feelings. Is it true to not look lackluster? Improve and prove what you have to offer. The world is new, no matter what's said. Choose you to become even better. Just be better. All right. Oh, wow.
Putting mic back up. That was amazing.
Thank
That was
you.
dog. You should totally record that.
I'd like to.
Put that on the Spotify's as well. If you give that like, in my mind, I'm like Mumford and Sons style production. That literally should in my mind. That should be a hit song. That is catchy. It's wonderful. The lyrics are brilliant. You've got a stunning voice, dude. Dude, you're amazing. That's so cool.
Aw, thank you for the bits and Fozar, and thank you, Mary. That means a lot to me coming from you. That's great.
Thank you.
I
Thank
g-
you for saying that for me.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thanks for all the songs and stuff, the butthole song and the making my fashion happen. I appreciate that.
Just doing my best here.
Thank you for the bits. Oh my god. I think I've maybe once in my life had a hype train before.
Hype train.
Oh.
Once in her life, she has had a hype train. Guys, can we make this hype train ride, dog? I reckon we should try and make this hype train ride, dog. I reckon we should try and make this hype train ride at Patrick. Yes.
Thank you guys. Uh, you're making me blush.
Party time.
Hype, hype. Oh my goodness. This has been so much fun. Yeah, really. I think my record might be level 1, and that's it. But that's okay. I'm on my way to becoming a better streamer. Booze up and riot. Oh gosh, Mary-Amber, thank you.
Like pushing it along here. Come on, guys. Hype. Hype. Yes. Great Balls of Flint. Thank you so very much for gifting that sub to me. Massively appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you, Great Balls of Flint. I appreciate you so much. Guys, you are the sweetest community. I meant to ask you about why you named your community the way you did. The Sorks?
I didn't name them. They named themselves.
Oh.
It was not my choice. I tolerated it, but it was not my choice.
Panda, thank you. Daughter of Q, thank you so much. Oh my god.
Simon! Woo!
Oh my gosh. This has been so hype already. You guys don't have to do this, but I appreciate that you're doing this.
Wrong. You do. It's compulsory.
Daughter of
Yes.
Q! Daughter of Q, thank you. Oh, and these went to so many awesome people. Pop, Monika, Captain E-Rock, Tammy Makes Things. Awesome. This is great.
Amazing. Daughter of Q. Honestly, there are so many amazing people in chat. And yeah, I feel so blessed to have such amazing people come along to the streams that I'm a part of in general. And yeah, you guys are amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, what an amazing community. And oh my goodness. Panda, thank you for gifting a sub to Galvos, who's I don't think ever had a sub to me. Oh my goodness, I think I just beat my record. I think it tells me if I beat my record. So let me see here. Yeah, level 3 complete. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, I'm like...
No. There's a little bit left.
Yeah, it's got a little finish line. That's cute.
Close, but we're not there. Come on.
Daughter of Q, thank you. All-time record shattered.
Yes. The greatest of all time ever.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you so much, guys.
Oh my gosh. You guys are amazing. Yeah, I've been working real hard to get this stream going and doing Wiki Wednesdays. It's been almost a full year of Wiki Wednesdays, and now I'm booked out to February. So, yeah, I'm really thrilled for that, and I want this to go far and do well. This is one of the first things that I've actually put effort into. Like, you know, when you don't really have a way, but like this is really something that I want to build up. So I appreciate you guys immensely for being here. MERIAMBER, thank you for being here. This is beyond my wildest dreams at this point. Guys, enjoy your emotes for sure. the clapping panda is my personal favorite, although the confetti panda is a lot of fun.
Dreams are made to be exceeded.
Yeah, clapping panda. It's so cool to see my emotes with other people. And you guys get little bamboos. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I don't know what to say. This money's going towards a new computer cuz this one is about to break and I might have to do Wiki Wednesday for my laptop. So thank you, Great Balls of Flint, and thank you for your support. Yes, you can summon the embarrassment anytime. 2 pandas equal an embarrassment. Like, a pair of pandas is called an embarrassment.
Really?
Yes, I will confirm that.
Interesting. An embarrassment.
An embarrassment of pandas. So we mod together, Panda and I, for Jerfo the Music Addict, and so we always say the embarrassment is here. No?
Great. That is pretty great.
Pair of pandas embarrassment. A group of pandas is called an embarrassment. However, they also can be called a cupboard of pandas or a bamboo of pandas. So, yeah. Oh, it's all stretched out and stuff. But yeah, an embarrassment. Wow. Level 4 hype train.
Woo!
I need to make a hype train song, I guess.
Yep, that would be a good idea. Wait, let's do it now. Okay, let's do it now. We should. The hype train's still going. All right, I'll play some background chords and you sing it. Ready?
Okay.
Flugelhorn, because that was the theme of today.
Okay. Thank you for the hype train. Thank you for the gift subs. Thank you for all the support. Thank you for everything you've done.
Yes.
The hype train's almost over, with 20 seconds to go. Never had a level 5 hype train, but that's okay, cause level 4's the way to go. I don't know. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Thank you guys so much.
Yay. It's funny. It's true. In Australia, we call the parliament an embarrassment.
It's all right, Panda. I appreciate you so much. Guys, thank you. Meriamber, thank you.
Record, guys. That's rad dog. Look at us. Sassy beans. Coming here to the stream today, breaking it all to shattered pieces upon the floor. Little pieces of brain.
Shattered. Oh, wow.
Thank you so very much, by the way, to everyone from the Sork family that came along. You're amazing. Everyone that supported, you're amazing. I will let Rusty Panda, of course, do the thank yous as well, but I want to say thank you to the Rusty Panda for having me on too. You guys rock all the Lego blocks. If you're interested in all in my work, my name is MERIAMBER. It's written there. That's the one. Twitch.tv/that, I suppose, is where you can find me. And I'm going to be screeching on a giant floor viola for the next 8 days or so.
Oh, we got multiple shout outs for you. There you go.
Oh, look at that. If you've missed the link, get better glasses.
And it's funny because I normally have chat on screen, but for some reason it's not working today. So when this goes on YouTube, people are just going to be like, I have no idea what she's laughing at. I have no idea what some of this content is. Good. Oh, man. All right, everybody. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate every single one of you. To the mods, thank you, Infozar and Galvos the Green. Thank you so much, Alan, for the raid. Guys, go check out Meriamber. Check out the cello streams. Yeah, absolutely. It's gonna be super fun. And I'm blown away. This has been one of the best Wiki Wednesdays I've had, for sure.
Is it because of the style analysis?
That's exactly what it is, actually. I wanted to be a potato in my life. Like, I knew back there that I wanted to be a potato. And
Everyone
then,
does.
yeah, and then suddenly it just appeared to me on screen, and I was like, this is my destiny.
It's literally the one everyone wants, so it's the ultimate, really.
Yeah, and the Munchie palette, of course, that too. That's very important.
I should also say, if you come along to a cello stream and it's agonizing pain, firstly, good. I expect it to be. But secondly, please do try and come along to a regular Merriamber stream as well, because most of them are less screechy and agonizing. I mean, they are still screechy and agonizing, but just moderately less.
Moderate, yeah. Oh yeah, we need to do this again sometime. Yes, I agree. I have plans in the future to bring back guests and finish lists that we maybe didn't complete today because of tangents.
We did not tangents. We were on topic the whole time.
And then also to do something where we go back and see if the interests have changed because things happen over a year. So that's definitely interesting to me. So thank you again, guys. I appreciate it. We're just over 2 hours, which is pretty much when I cap it because that's when my back starts to hurt. But and you have, of course, cat business to attend to.
Yeah, we're gonna go pick up our little expensive ginger boy with his dental surgery. I hope he's okay. It's costing us a small fortune, but I'm also worried about him. So
yeah, of course. And so I want you to be able to get to that as well. So I can't say thank you 100 times more. I'm going to find someone to raid out. I think it's important to do raids for discoverability, but also to show support for streamers who may or may not have that community like we have here. So what I'm going to do is bring you over to a guy. His name is Canna Clay, and he is in Canada. And he is going through some hardship right now, and we would love to show him some love. I think bringing a hype train over to him will make his day. He's doing a 24-hour stream at the moment, and I hope you guys join us on the raid. He is doing just chatting. I think he's doing Gotham Knights at the moment, but he's a good guy, and he deserves it. So thank you again. Thank you, Meriamber. Thank you, the community. And we are going to raid out. Oh, yeah, here's the the raid call. It's real generic, but I'll get on it because OBS restarted on me, so I lost my actual raid call. But here we go. We're going on a raid. Here we go. Bye.